Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 Years Weekly AMA every Wednesday on our channels. We're happy to have you here and to be able to give you some additional information about our project of bringing internet to Africa and how you can be a part of this community that it's making a change. My name is Anita Mlakar. I am the host of our AMAs with our main speaker, Sandi Bitenc, and our special guests. So let me invite you to be a part of this, to get involved. You have more options. You can click like, write a comment, a suggestion, write your question in a chat, hit the bell icon to get notifications, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or invite a friend. And you can be a member of our community on Telegram, on Twitter, or Discord. We will have a special guest joining us, Saqr Ereiquat, the co-founder and managing partner of Crypto Oasis Sentio. And we are looking forward to announce the new giveaway, and we will give away 1,000 tokens today. So let me just remind you of what we are doing. 3Air is all about covering Africa with internet access and offering the right solution. Nearly half of the world's population has no broadband internet access, and the sad reality is most of this population is located in Africa. According to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, providing universal access to the internet continues to increase in importance, allowing many to access online services in healthcare, education, and other skills necessary to reduce poverty, ensure economic growth, and foster inclusion on the global market. With so many brilliant minds in Africa, many believe that the right technology can help support their education and communication with the rest of the world. The team behind 3Air believes that we have a solution that can make this a reality. So 3Air, a blockchain platform, aims to solve this digital divide in Africa by partnering with K3 Telecom, a Swiss broadband provider specializing in infrastructure, to solve this issue with novel technology that can transmit optics-grade broadband internet, digital TV, and IP telephony over the air. This technology is said to have the ability to connect millions of people and onboard a 3Air blockchain platform catered specifically to the needs of developing countries and telecom. And you can be a part of this solution. Sandi Bitenc, the CEO of 3Air, is with us today also telling us more about it. Sandi, hello.
Hello, Anita. Hi, 3R
Hey,
fam. How are you?
I'm great. Do you see me, Sandi?
Yes, I do.
Because I cannot see myself right now, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I'm just kidding. Really, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
everything's fine.
Okay, the most important thing is that you are here and we can see you. Okay, and if you can see me, then I believe others can see me too. Sandi, how are you today?
I am good. I'm very good. Thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. I had a great day, full of new possibilities. But I'm not important right now. What I want to hear is what you're currently doing and what is happening.
Well, yeah, there's really a lot. Um, my day was mostly about the new website that we put on. So
Yeah.
if you still didn't see it, go and look at 3r.io. It's not the final version, so it's just something that we needed to do now to change from the old one. It was really overdue to do that. So now we are slowly moving into a bit, let's say, modern or blockchain design. There was some comments on the social media that that you want some more, let's say, blockchain like design. Our designer is yeah, she is she's really good, but she's a bit more traditional. So she likes a bit different style of design. And we also are a company that's not like fully blockchain. We're just using blockchain technology to deliver like real world services. So we are still a bit more in the traditional way, let's say it like this. And we are overhauling the design, and we'll come out with a different style still. So this, what you see, is not yet like the final version.
Okay, okay. But it's really great to have a new website, and all the information's on it. It was pretty interesting, not just a week, but 3 weeks, Sunday, with everything going on. Are you okay now? Did you get some sleep?
Yeah, I did get some sleep now a bit. So, with how things are turning out, I sleep like a baby. Let's say it like this.
Oh, that's
No,
great.
things are looking good. Yeah, and we'll share more info a bit later, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, we will be talking about it later because we do have a special guest coming up, and I'm really happy to invite and say hello to Saqr Ereiquat. Saqr, hello and welcome.
Hi there. So I learned quickly. This is the greeting here. This is what we're supposed to be greeting.
Yeah,
So hello, three air
it's this
people.
one. It's yeah.
This one. All right.
It's not so
Which
easy,
one?
right? It's not so easy.
No, no, it's easier said than done. I'm with you. Well, it's
Well,
great to be here with you guys. Thank you for having me.
thank you for being with us. Before we start this conversation, just allow me to do a short introduction. So,
Sure.
Saqr Ereiquat is the co founder and managing partner of Crypto Oasis Sentio. And he's also the founder of Readermark, a 13-year veteran of IBM in Middle East and Africa. He's a former head of public sector consultancy in Dubai, where he's recognized as a pioneer in enterprise blockchain, being a co-author of the first IBM blockchain for government methodology, and helped define the official government blockchain strategy of Dubai. And he's currently working with the Dubai International Financial Center, the Arab Youth Center, and the Founder Institute as a mentor supporting startups in the region. So I could just go on and on, Saqr, because it's just amazing what you're doing. And I'm sure that we will reveal some of this during this conversation. Saqr, just for starters, you have moved to Dubai from London. And
Yes.
what was it that brought you there?
See, that's very easy. For anyone that is very close to their family, my older sister at the time, she decided to move to Dubai, and I didn't want her to be alone in the big city of Dubai, so I came and followed her. When I followed her, I then brought the rest of the family with me. So it's my sister to thank for this, actually.
But you're not sorry, right?
No, no, on the contrary, I could, the world is my oyster. I could leave any day, but I think Dubai is the best place to be, especially in the world of blockchain that we are seeing right now. And we believe in this so much that we actually are betting our names against it, and we're announcing something called the Crypto Oasis. We believe that the Crypto Oasis is soon going to be a geography like Silicon Valley that people will start referring to.
Yeah, so there are many special things about Dubai, I suppose. You do like it because you decided to stay there, but you do not only work in Dubai, right?
Yeah, so in the last 12 years, I've had the pleasure of working in 23 countries in the region and living in 9 of them, a lot of them actually in Africa.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Now, uh, I would like to know, when did you get involved in a blockchain?
So that was, must be 2015, when we were engaged at the time with a government entity here in the UAE, and they were looking at emerging technologies to use for government services. And what we involved a large research institute at the time, and they came back and they announced a set of technologies. And one of them that they announced, for example, that the government should go into would be AI as a service, right? Which again, 2015 wasn't too much out of the box, right? Another one would have been, to have somewhat of a centralized CRM on government level, right? And understand that. And then one popped out, and it was blockchain. And blockchain was simply, no one knew what blockchain meant. So when blockchain came back, we sat there trying to figure out what it was, and essentially that's when I caught the bug, right? As soon as and they say as soon as you understand blockchain, you can't sleep peacefully anymore. So yeah, so I was caught by the blockchain bug round about then.
Okay. Now, because we're also educating people, 3R is also doing that, about blockchain, about cryptocurrency, and so on. I was listening to one of your interviews, and you said that people are often confusing blockchain and cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I think there's a very big and important difference. And the best way to think about this is think about concrete, right? Concrete is a building material. With concrete, you can essentially build a wall, or you can build a hospital, or you can build a hotel, or you can build a school, or maybe you build a bunker to protect yourself, right?
Mhm.
So if we think about cryptocurrencies, they're one application of blockchain, right? They're the longest running application of blockchain, because the first time we saw blockchain as we know it today was in the Bitcoin blockchain, right? And the Bitcoin blockchain clearly is a cryptocurrency. But blockchain has much more to offer than just cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so blockchain is going to, let's say, drive us forward, right?
Don't take my word for it anymore. This was a much more difficult sell a couple of years ago. Today, the World Economic Forum, PwC, Ernst and Young, IBM,
Okay.
Accenture, and the likes are arguing the value of blockchain, right? And if we look at one of the great reports that came out by PwC, there they call blockchain out as being an opportunity that will improve the global GDP by, don't beat me to the number, but I think it was 7%, right? And that's significant, right? If we think about one technology being able to catapult us forward by 7%, that's amazing.
Yeah, true. And where is it being adopted? In most of the industries?
Again, this was a much more difficult sell a couple of years ago. Today, let's start with central banks, right?
Okay.
87% of all central banks around the world are currently talking about how to start adopting somewhat of a central bank digital currency strategy. 87%, right? This isn't a point of view anymore. This is happening. If you think about tomorrow, I'm invited to speak at the largest food and beverage conference in Middle East and Africa, Gulf Food. And
Yeah.
then you ask yourself, why food and beverage? But believe it or not, blockchain has applications in that industry as well, right? You think about the shipping industry, right? The shipping industry is an industry that's using technology and processes that are antiquated. Um, Today, some of the largest enterprise blockchain applications that we're seeing with the most amount of transactions are in the shipping industry for container tracking, right? And the list goes on and on and on and on, because you have to think of blockchain as a new way to deal with our transactions, right? It's essentially a way that allows us to record transactions in an immutable way, accessible to everyone that should access them. And in that in itself lies a huge promise, right? Slowly but surely, we're seeing that come to life.
Okay. Now, just to get back, of course, to your work, and because you're working in Crypto Oasis Sentio, what is it that you do?
So in Crypto Oasis, we believe that the UAE, the Middle East, is ripe for its own definition, right? So similar to how we say Google and Facebook came out of Silicon Oasis, we actually see so much potential in this region that we believe that a few years from now we'll see, hey, this company came out of Crypto Oasis, right? So we believe that an ecosystem consists of various different players, but it requires infrastructure, which the UAE has some of the best infrastructure in the world, if it was physical or digital infrastructure, or legal or regulatory infrastructure. It compromises of talent, and Dubai is always open for business attitude, which particularly over the last couple of years saw a huge influx of quality talent coming to the UAE, Dubai particularly, right? And we see that what is required also in that ecosystem is capital, right? And when we say capital, we mean the kind of capital that helps projects succeed, right? So as partners, we came together and we formed Crypto Oasis Sentio. Crypto Oasis Sentio is our early stage token investment fund that we operate, our early stage token investment structure, I think, that we operate as partners, where we look for the quote unquote best projects here in the UAE and then invest into their token.
Okay, so is it possible to answer the question, in what projects do people or even companies mostly invest right now?
There's a couple of trends, Anita, right? These trends are Web3, gamify, NFTs, metaverse, and the likes. These are the big trends. But again, back to blockchain and how large blockchain is as an opportunity. Similarly, the companies you invest in are similarly of a very large variety, right? So we have some companies in our portfolio today that provide play to earn models. We have others that provide transparency into the market by rating them. We have others that are building the internet in Africa. We have others that are taking sports and turning it into an accessible commodity through NFTs. And the list goes on and on. It's really such a wide range that we have others, for example, talking about food and beverage. We have others which create traceability for the food and beverage industry, right? The list goes on and on, I don't think, particularly with our investment thesis, because we believe in the UAE and we want to invest in companies that are in the UAE and provide services for the UAE. We considered to put a little bit of a boundary there, but I think there's too much great opportunities for us to exclude one or the other.
Okay, we will get to 3Air, but because we have before the question from the people in the community, what are some challenges that you're facing with Crypto Oasis? Is asking Created with Michael.
Hey, first of all, thanks for your question, Created with Michael. I think there's always two ways to look at everything, right? Glass half full and glass half empty. Ask me to give you the glass half empty story, and you'll have me sitting here for an hour and talking about how difficult life can be. But I'm a glass half full guy. So right now, it's really the best time to be here in Crypto Oasis, to be in the UAE, to be in Dubai, because what we're seeing is a huge influx of talent. I mean, people are arriving here day after day after day, great developers, great projects, people that are changing all of their, bases back to the UAE. And with that, we're seeing some great capital arrive here as well, right? And when I say great capital, again, it's not about the ticket size or the number of funds that you have here, but the quality funds that we're starting to see in the region that are operating really to advance this entire space.
Okay, now there is Jules is writing, Saqr statement reminded me of a statement I heard a long time ago. When you get to know about crypto and research about it, you'll never look back.
Yeah, I'll go one level higher, right? It's not just about crypto, it's about blockchain. But yeah, I guess there is an opportunity there in crypto as well. But I guess every one of us will have to do their own research. We'll have to, read behind the lines, read deeper into it, and educate themselves. Because there's one thing that has to be said is that crypto is hyper volatile. It's very risky, and it's not for everyone, but it is definitely a bug that catches you that doesn't leave you.
Now you mentioned companies that bring internet to Africa. Of course, we are talking here about 3Air, and I would really like to also ask you to tell me, what do you think? What is your opinion about this project and the goal that this project is following, and the team, of course?
I think first things first. maybe on my background in Africa, I've spent 3 years working for telecommunication companies in Africa, managing 16 countries at the time in mergers and acquisitions there and technology implementations. Africa is and everyone that is on the call and would have dealt in Africa. Africa is very, it just works in a different way and has different challenges, right? Having said that, with those challenges, again, glass half empty, glass half full, comes a huge opportunity, right? So having been on site in Africa, lived in Kenya for a long time, lived in South Africa for a long time, lived some time in Morocco, the opportunity is immense, right? Because things we take for granted are simply not given in Africa.
Yeah.
Think about electricity, water, that, every one of us here is sitting on a laptop with running electricity, probably has running water, access to running water, and access to the internet. These simple things simply sometimes do not exist in Africa. So with that is obviously a noble cause, right? I think 3Air has a very noble cause, which is why as Crypto Oasis, we're supporting 3Air as part of our ecosystem and are providing the help and necessary support where we can. Having said that, it's a mammoth task, right? So this is as noble as the cause is, as beautiful as the outcome might be. I think I'm glad that we're here to support the 3Air team. Not only because they're doing such a great job, to support them with the wider network that we have, because it is a large challenge, right? And one that, if achieved, can be one for the history books.
Okay, thank you, Saqr. Now there's another question. What are some of the telecom companies you have worked with? Jules is asking.
So at the time, there was a company called Zain. Zain had just sold their Africa operation to a company called Airtel, and right there they had become, at the time, I'm not sure where they are today, the third largest telco provider in the world. And then obviously by working with Airtel, there was some interface with MTN sometimes. Worked with a lot of network providers like NSN and Motorola at the time. So between Zain, MTN, and Airtel. Airtel is where I spent most of my time.
Okay, so thank you for the answer. I'm just going to pick this one because it's cute. Back in 2015, I can imagine it was really tough pitching blockchain. Are there any funny
Yeah.
stories?
Yeah, I mean, I can create I can tell you one story after the next. Um, Obviously I was laughed out of the room one too many times, right? Which I always took with, with my chin up and with my head held high, because I could see the potential of it, right? And by the way, from technology companies, governments, and private sector companies alike, right? But see, all of that was okay because the people that understood it really understood it, right? And I was blessed with clients at the time who really understood this, um, put their weight behind this. And, I always say to people that, what we're seeing today in Dubai is not happening by chance. This was done by design, um, starting from 2015, 16, right? Maybe even earlier, right? And it's really impressive, right? But I guess one anecdote was one of the tech executives that I was working with that would always refer to blockchain as the black hole, and it was like, Saqr, you and your black hole, it's this is a fad, this is going to go away. But yeah, I guess the learning from it is, if you're passionate about something, stay with it. Because if I would have listened to everyone around me, I wouldn't be here today, I guess.
No, thank you for this advice. Just another thing, now you are on the other side because you're working with so many companies and startups, listening to their ideas, pitching them to you. Um, uh, do you have, like a suggestion for them? how they can do that better, or what is it that attracts you to invest or investors to invest. I'm working with startups too, but I'm just consulting them about the public speaking and stuff like that, and I know that they need all the experience, so and help. Could you suggest something?
I guess what can probably be said about everyone in this industry is that time is probably our most, and that's not just for people in our industry, but for everyone. Time is the one resource that we can't get back. So I guess the one word advice would be to KISS, KISS, keep it simple and stupid, right? If you can keep it simple and stupid, if you can kiss it, then life is good, right? So in short, that would be the advice.
Okay. Now, Saqr, you're a very busy man. You have one meeting after another. You said you're running to another right now. Just tell me, how do you take time for yourself and to do, I don't know, whatever you like to do?
So I'm a family man, I guess.
Okay.
So what is important is that I take some time out, and even if it's 5 minutes, right? So which is why I live close to the office, and I'm 10 minutes to the office, 10 minutes away from the office, and just reward yourself with quick breaks, right? I don't actually believe in the long breaks. I was never able, I think, since I started working, to take like a break for more than a couple of days. So reward yourself with a lot of mini breaks. They'll be very rewarding, or at least this is what works for me.
This is good advice for anybody who's working so hard. Sandi, do you have another question maybe?
No, I just need to tell that I'm so glad that we are part of the Crypto Oasis and Saqr's team, and he's always connecting us to people. I've been at the offices. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I think yesterday. No, the day
Yesterday.
before. Yeah, and he was just like in 2 minutes I met 10 different people through him. It's just like it's it's amazing. So
Well,
yeah,
that's what we're here for, Sandy. We're at your service when it comes to that.
right.
That's
Yeah, and it helps a lot. I really need to say it does help a lot. And I wanted to point out that is really good to how you say and differentiate crypto and blockchain, because people still think it's one and the same, but it's really not. So crypto is when you have the cryptocurrencies, and blockchain is an underlying technology that enables actually cryptocurrencies, and you don't need to have a token or a coin to actually use blockchain. And thinking about blockchain, it's what it's really important, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Sandy.
okay. Thank you very much, Saqr, for being with us today. I hope there will be another opportunity to have you here.
I hope so too.
Yeah, it was very nice. Have a good day and meetings that are following. And thank you again for being with us.
Humbled and grateful for you to have me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Okay, now, Sandi. Oh my God, it was nice to talk with Saqr with so many experiences and knowledge and such amazing work. I was just, you know, pointing some of the work he's doing, but there's so much more. I could not go through it all. But of course, you can read it and you can listen or look at him on internet and learn from him. And I did learn today too, I have to say. Okay, Sandi, now let's get back to 3Air and everything that is happening right now. You already mentioned the website. The
I
new
think
web.
there is one important thing that we need to answer first, because I see it in just from the start. I think even before the start, it was like, what t-shirt is Sandi wearing?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't have a Star Wars t-shirt today, but yeah, some of you already noticed. Yeah, which one is it? So
What is it? Tell me.
Michael knew it. He was right. So it's a Thanos t-shirt.
Okay, it looks good.
Yeah, it's my second favorite.
Okay. Now, speaking about t-shirts, the contest of the best design for the t-shirt is also finished, right?
Yes, exactly. And we already announced the winners. So it's a few designs that we really liked. Um, we still didn't decide which one we want to print. So but the tokens, the token rewards go out in any case. And I think that the team already contacted everybody that was in the top 5 spots. But in the next few days, we'll decide what we want to print. It might be that we'll just go with a bit of the new design. Let's see how much it changes. Laura needs to come back to us first. She's working on the new design, as we said. So let's see what we actually can use, how much different it is or not. And on that one, we'll then decide what exactly we'll be printing.
Okay, great. So looking forward to wearing the t-shirt soon, as soon as
Yes,
possible.
as soon as possible. I think the new design should be ready, as Laura says, in next week, hopefully. Yeah, I think next week, early next week, it should be ready, and then we'll be a step closer to know which ones we want to print. So I think next Wednesday we can talk a bit more about it again.
Okay, Sandy, there's another question that is still had to do with soccer because Michael is asking, how does soccer help exactly with 3R?
So, first of all, we are partners of CV. So it's kind
Oasis.
of a spin-off of CV Labs, and but it's not Crypto Valley, it's Crypto Oasis. So it's focused on this region. So we are partnered with them also, and they are an investor in us. And so this is one part, and the other part is just, I just call him if I need a connection to somebody, from the crypto space, that is in, their ecosystem. And their ecosystem is growing really a lot, but it's not only their ecosystem. Each person individually there is actually really well connected throughout the crypto space. So for instance, in 2 days ago, as I said, I was there in the um, at the offices, and I met a guy that's doing market making. It's really good. I met with 4 guys that are doing a play to earn game, a new one. So we are talking about that. I met 2 other big blockchain guys. Hobby is also stationed here, so I met them. It's like, really, it's unbelievable how many people you can meet just through being a partner in this in organizations like this.
Yeah, very important to have such support. Okay, Sandy, now talking about 3R, there's a lot going on, and you are preparing yourself, and you are traveling soon from Dubai because you will be speaking at a very important event.
Yeah, we are going to Africa Tech Summit, and that's going to be on the 23rd and on the 24th. So we'll be present there. We'll have our own exhibition booth. So we expect quite a lot of contacts there. For instance, what I know is the guys from Meta will be there. I know
Mhm.
that a lot of guys don't like Meta, but still, they're really, they're really huge, and whatever exposure we can get through that, it's gonna be good for 3R. And they're actually an investor in a lot of telecoms and the new ideas of how to bring internet. So kind of hoping to get some time with them together. There are a lot of other telecoms will be there. I'll be sitting on a panel about internet in Africa with some other telecom companies. So let's see how this one goes. And this is going to be on the 24th, I think, at around noon or 1 local time. So it's going to be in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay, you will be a part of this event, of course. Do you have any other issues there? Any other goals? Will you be, looking around a little bit?
I don't think it's gonna be enough time to really look around. I would love to go on a safari. Maybe 1/2 day safari will be possible. Just maybe for a game drive, for something close. But I think we'll need to come back to that. It's it's just that we need to be back in Dubai on the 25th. So on the 24th is over. On the 25th, late night, we are flying back. We need to be back on the 26th, actually. So this is. It's just there won't be enough time. We wanted to stay in one really nice place that we found with some giraffes, but we were trying to book it, and it's booked till October, like till October. Yeah,
Really?
really.
Jules said that he hopes you will visit the game park in Nairobi. It's fascinating. Imagine a game park in the middle of the city.
As said, we'll have like half a day of free time, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. I'm still meeting a lot of people there. So you met Helena, you met Marcos. I think also Adedayo is coming there. So there'll be a lot of our guys there, a lot of our advisors, and we have a lot to talk and a lot of plans to make. So yeah, hopefully for a day. I would really love it.
It will be very busy, but you have to take, just a little time also to enjoy. You will be enjoying everything, of course, meeting all these people. Sandi, what activities are taking place when we're talking about the 3 year and the mission right now?
Yeah, so there is something going on, as we already said. It's still, I cannot confirm it. I can tell you that today our team was flying um, into a country in Africa, one of the biggest ones, and that most of the things are now agreed. So it's really agreed so far that the team flew down to sign the contracts. So once this is signed, we'll let you know, confirm everything. But it is going to be huge news. It's going to be probably the biggest news that we had for 3 year and K3 ever. No, it is. No, that it'll probably be. It is the biggest news. We just need to have it really, black on white, and then I'll be able to really announce it. And it shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take long. Really, the everything was already agreed verbally, and the contracts have been finalized. They just need to be signed now.
Okay. But what we can announce is a new giveaway.
Yes, a new giveaway is coming on Friday. We'll do something similar that we did for the New Year's giveaway. So we're still thinking about what the prize will be. We can again go for another iPhone, but let's see. Maybe somebody has some good ideas of a nice price just there in the level of a new iPhone, for instance. So we'll put up a nice price, but you'll need to work for it. We'll do it a bit differently than last time. We said we don't want such a big community from outside of 3R coming in. So we want to really keep it a bit in the current community and grow the community from inside out. So we won't be promoting the giveaway so much to just get people that are not related to 3R to just come in. But we really want that the guys that are right now in 3R and supporting us all the time, that they have the biggest chances of getting it. And we want to really expand from the inside out, so that we
Okay,
get as many people staying with us and supporting us for the future as possible.
great. So you can write a suggestion in a comment, maybe for what the price should be, because we will give away 1,000 tokens today, as we always do, maybe in a 10-minute time. So you do have a chance to write a suggestion, and then we will pick one Sandi who gets 1,000 tokens today, right?
Yes, we will. Mhm.
Okay, that's great. Now, there is also a question. Can you tell us a little bit more about the website? What is the main goal of the website? To educate people or to caption more sales?
So right now it's to capture a bit more sales, and it's a landing page. And with the landing page, we do want people to start to become curious, and wanting to learn more. So then we have a big document section. And so everything that goes from the landing page actually leads to the section. So we want people then to educate themselves more on the cause and how we are doing it. Um, we think that if people really know what we are doing, and how we want to do it, and the team behind it, that well, that's actually the people that we want in the community. So not really, we were not really the types of hyping things up crazy with like the meme coins or whatever is right now popular. No, we are here for the long run, and we want also people that are staying with us and going with us the whole um, experience and adventure that we are going on. You heard Saqr. It is a mammoth task, and we do know that, and we are prepared for it. And I'm confident that we'll succeed, and this is going to be something for the history.
Okay. We do have some suggestions coming up for the prize. And of course, there's also an opportunity to ask questions if you have any right now. Sandi, part of the work that Trier is doing is also educating people and, getting them to know the situation in Africa. And that is why also the Twitter spaces that we are preparing for Friday is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's what is it actually about? So I'm not preparing the Twitter Spaces. So this is more
Yeah,
Ruba's
yeah,
part. I'm just joining, but I think we'll be talking about internet connectivity in
yeah,
Africa right now.
yeah, yeah.
So we are expecting some people to chime in from on ground there and telling us a bit of their experience. Probably we'll have some of our advisors also on the call that are there in Africa. And I know that the message was pushed through the Scale Africa community. They have actually a separate Africa channel that's really active. So we're slowly also getting into that part. So I think it's gonna be interesting. I do hope that the time is okay. It's 11 a.m. Central Europe time. I know that we wanted to have somebody from Scale on, but they're going to be in Denver because they're going to East Denver. And I think they said it would be 3 a.m. for them. So
Oh,
that's, yeah. So we'll for sure be missing the part about from the people from America. That's for sure. So let's see. We'll test. We said we'll test, and this Twitter Spaces maybe also the next week. But if not, we'll try and move it to another spot. So we said we won't be doing it on Friday evening, but so if we need to switch it to a bit later time, we'll probably do it Monday evening then.
Okay, so we can also invite all of you to be, of course, active in our communities on Telegram and on Discord. Discord is really the one that is having everything but the subject and concerning 3Air. And of course, you're welcome to be a part of it, to participate, to ask questions, and to chat. It's very interesting. And there are some great ideas coming up also from people being in a community. So we are thankful for that.
You know what? Maybe one thing that I can share a bit is, and it's probably going to be interesting for the majority, is we had a really long developers meeting today for 3R, and we were discussing a lot what we want to do with the NFTs and so on. So as it looks like, we'll integrate all the monthly or whatever subscriptions will offer. It's not that we'll offer only monthly subscriptions. We'll have them all on NFTs. So you'll be able to actually buy NFTs that will give you a monthly internet access at a certain speed, and you'll actually be able to use this if you're on our network. So just plug it in, and you'll have internet access with it, or you'll also be able to just give it away to somebody. I think having the possibility of connecting a school. So we'll be setting up some connectivity to school. We'll be having a list of NGOs or some really good students that could benefit from this, and then you'll be able to actually select from that list, and just with sending them an NFT, you'll be able to give them a month worth of internet access, and it's going to be verifiable on chain. And we're still working on how to design this, because we are also thinking about how to actually enable roaming services with NFTs. And there is a solution that we found. We need to test it right now, but we'll be doing big stuffs with NFTs. I think as we are one of the first, let's say, real fi project, as if we can say it like this. So connecting blockchain to real world use cases. I think we'll also be one of the first ones that have NFTs with kind of real world use cases. So yeah, I think the design that we came up today makes sense, and we'll be writing up a paper on this, and we'll be sharing then the details when we have everything set up. But we'll also be pairing the NFTs not only with functionalities. We'll make them also beautiful, like having a collectible also out of this. That's actually the easiest part.
Great news, Sandi. There is a question from Richard. If you can answer that, if Twitter Space is more popular compared to YouTube.
I don't know. I don't actually know. So we just started Twitter Spaces. So we did get some people in. So, but you don't see everybody who is on, because a lot of people are using desktops, and you don't see if somebody from connects from a desktop. It just you see people that are connected through phones. And also, only if you're connected through a phone, you are able to speak. I do like it because everybody from the community, like they're writing the comments here. There you can actually request to speak, and you then get the ability to get to ask the question live yourself.
It's a totally different experience for me too, because you can only hear people, you cannot see them. You cannot read them, you just give them an opportunity to speak and they ask questions and it's interesting. But you have to pay attention and listen good. That is very important.
Mhm.
Jules is asking if would there be a chance to watch your talk at the conference?
Um, I don't know. I don't know exactly if it's online. I'll ask if it's online, but if not, I'll probably be filming it. I usually just film it. So if it's possible, I'll if they allow to film, I'll just film it and then we'll put it up. Why not?
Yeah, you know what?
Well,
I
we
think
won't put it up if I say something stupid, right? No, just kidding.
about listening to you, I think you would have to be an attendee at the conference. That's how it usually is. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it's, a possibility to enter it and to watch it. So we'll check that out.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see. I'll ask. I don't know exactly if how it is done. I didn't ask yet. I know that around 500 companies have applied.
Hmm.
So that's huge. I think that's really, really a lot, and they're all Africa focused. And a big part of them is investors. A big part is tech, and they're having a smaller part, and it's getting bigger and bigger about the blockchain. So it's kind of it's Africa tech. Telecoms are really, really big there, and mobile operators. So in that regard, we do fit nicely, and we'll just connect the new stuff. So with the blockchain to the telecoms.
Yeah, it is a very important place to be, and we are going to be there. That's important. Okay, Sandy, now we should pick one uh, for the 1,000 tokens, I think. Now we
Mhm.
should invite you to say, I want them, but we said that you should write a suggestion, what should be the prize for the giveaway. And I see that you are active. So Sandy, you have this is your work today, to pick someone.
Let me see. I think everybody wants a MacBook now,
Yeah.
but I think a MacBook Air could be possible probably. Um,
Or
And
laptop
we,
or
we
three.
actually we were talking about that already. So we said that okay, iPhone is nice and so on, but a laptop is kind of better, and in regards to people being able to kind of do some more work on it and educate themselves a bit. I think we will go with the MacBook Air. Yeah, and I hope that
Wow.
it goes somewhere to Africa.
Oh my God. No, you said it. You just said it. The prize. Wow.
Yeah, it's not confirmed, but I think we'll
Yeah.
go with it. I think it makes sense.
Okay. So it was a good suggestion coming from people. So thank you for participating and giving the suggestions. And someone said a branded new MacBook from 3 year.
We should brand it. We'll put a sticker on. No, we
Covering.
just usually what we do is we just order it online and from a local provider and ship it. It makes the most sense. Because if we want to ship something from here from Dubai, the iPhone actually went to the US. It doesn't make sense. It's the shipping costs are too much, and then you need to pay additional fees, and no, we just ordered it directly within the US and shipped it.
Here's another question. Could it be possible one day 3 Air issuing visas at NFTs to enter a country in Africa? Imagine the potential of internet of tourists to visit such a country.
Yeah, I don't think so. So this one is tough. This one is tough. So to be honest, I don't think that governments will just give
Yeah.
away those stuff. But we are working closely with governments, and although I don't think that visas will be really NFTs. I don't think they'll be NFTs. I think they'll go more into digital identities. It makes more sense. And digital identities and decentralized identities, they are evolving pretty fast. The standards are being proposed and finalized, and I think this is going to be part of a digital identity, not so much an NFT. But we'll
Okay,
be working on digital identities. That was also a big part of how we want to do it, on our call with the devs today.
great. So, Sandy, did you pick one for the
Yes.
prize?
I think every other comment that I read is from Jules, and I think he is actually from Africa, and I think he should get. I think he should get it.
Jules, what do you say? What do you write? So,
He was
congratulations.
also suggesting a MacBook Air, so we said it will be from there. So yeah, I think he's all over the chat. He deserves it. So congratulations, Jules.
Congratulations. And look, there is another question or, yeah, suggestion. Could you tell us more about the ideas?
Um, yeah, so before we were thinking about just using Atala Prism for it, we found another solution that's doing it, pretty much the same way. There are actually SDKs out and code out that's already being really, really catered to include everything that's needed from the side of the W3C standard, and I think we'll just implement it ourselves. So it looks like the team got now the task of researching it a bit better. If we can do it ourselves, how much work it takes, and you always need to weigh: is it better to use an already existing solution, or is it better to just invest a bit of time and funds up front, and then you have the solution and you can offer it to other ones. So it looks like it's not going to be so tough to implement it, and let's see, within the next few weeks we'll probably see if we are just switching and doing it ourselves. And I think this makes sense. In the end, it is a standard, so everybody who is doing it should come out with kind of a same result, not the same way, but the same result. And yeah, that's how it is.
Okay.
But what a digital identity or decentralized identity, how you want to call it, is it's actually something that gives you control over your data. I don't think that they'll be really on chain everything. I don't think that personal data should be stored on chain. The problem is, once something is stored on chain, you cannot take it down. So even with some encryptions and so forth, encryptions will probably get broken sometime in the future. Who, whatever. Maybe it's 10 years, maybe it's 100 years, but they'll probably get broken. And that's why encryption is also evolving, and we have better and better encryptions, and the older ones just get broken. I personally, I wouldn't want to have my personal information on chain, even if it's encrypted. So I don't think that we for sure will not be doing this. So I think that the information needs to stay with the user, and he needs to be in control over it. The thing is, how you actually do it, because then people, if they have their own information, they actually need to store it and they need to keep track of it. And just uh, some companies are doing it so that they're storing the users' data on their phones. But what happens if you then change the phone? Do you need to get another set of credentials again, so on? So it is something to think about, and how we want to solve it. Especially who has control. It's kind of the same thing as we were talking about with private keys, and everybody in crypto space is right now, not your keys, not your funds, and so on. But we all know that the biggest issue right now in crypto adoption is probably that the people just don't know how exactly to deal with it. I know a lot of people just don't know what a private key is. I know how I entered the space, and I just, I got created a wallet, and I saw there the private key with, the mnemonic phrase, and I just thought, okay, I'll write it down maybe later, not right now. Either way, I'll be able to retrieve it somewhere. No, it's not retrievable. So you don't write it down, you forget your private key, your funds are gone. And I don't think that the majority of the people actually want to have that burden. I think that they would rather trust someone. Although blockchain is all about trustlessness, I think still people want to trust someone with this. Else probably maybe it's going to be with within a generation or two, it's going to be a bit different. I don't know, but right now I think that the custodial solutions and so on are still gonna drive the adoption of blockchain and crypto a bit faster. So I think it's the same. It's the same dilemma with digital identities. So where to store your private data, actually.
Thank you very much, Sandi, for this educational part. And by the way, Jules is writing that he is from Kampala.
Yeah.
From Kampala. Yeah. So yeah. Congratulations, Jules, again. We have reached a cap of 1 hour. And
Again.
Yeah. Yeah.
We try to we try to keep it below 1 hour, but I don't think that we succeeded 2 or 3 times maybe.
It's amazing because when you're going to the end, then questions come up, and we're having this discussion, but it's okay. It's always nice to have this discussion. Sandi, thank you very much again for all the answers. Thank you for your questions and suggestions. And so we'll be talking again on Friday, 11 Central European Time in Twitter Spaces, and then again next week, Wednesday, the same time, the same place. Looking forward to that.
Always. I'll be in Kenya then, so I'll be streaming from Nairobi. Yeah.
Okay, that will be interesting. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye to everyone.